Oh, all right. So this is the next part of the step of the process for the series. President Mackens. This is the second album, so I don't have anything special for this one as far as like an essay someone written. When this released, the guy who written the essay is already established in college. Amino is probably at his heyday when this is coming out. So it's a lot of the reviews that were there. There is one review posted by the hashtag Blackout Podcast, and that review was kind of weird because they knew me. So two really liked and appreciated the project, but the two didn't, and the two that did not like the project spoke louder. And I'm not making this up, and I'm not saying this behind the scenes, so therefore it's my word versus their word. Literally, you hear like little defenses of the project, President Mackens, from the guy Sean and JT, who's one of my freaking collaborators, saying, "Oh, I think the production's good. Oh, I like this album," and the other guy's like, "No," and they're going on this whole rant and escapade, dissing, not dissing me, but deconstructing the album and saying what they don't like about it. They didn't like the production of it, and I took that with stride. They claim that I did not because I made some jokes about it back then. I don't understand, but that was back then. It was heydays to internet. You know, when you're young on the internet, everything's an adversary to you. I was not shy of that, and I was part of that too. But that's the only review that is up. You also had hashtag Blackout Podcast review The Law of Attraction on it. They thought it was okay. They liked the lyrics, but I don't think they really liked the execution that much. So there was some criticism, but from my end, it wasn't new criticism because all the other people, of course, that were on Amino that were around really liked this project, particularly the rapping and the concept of it. So I'm not the kind of person to think that just because someone has a platform and criticizes you that it's worse or whatever, even though optically that's how it looks for us fans. You have to take all the arguments and criticism from everybody, not just the loudest voices. And none of those guys really were hating on me. They just didn't like a lot of the production of it, and that's completely fine. It's their opinion. It's not bad. They later on liked Mind of Manny Mac, because they later on liked later projects too. So I took whatever that I thought was valid and kept it with stride. I didn't think all of it was valid, obviously. So there's that. I would say the overall review from everyone coming up to me at the time was that it was better rapping and the beats were better. But there were some people that liked Manny Mackens better because, as we have experienced, Manny Mackens had a little bit of a lighter, almost pop edge and cleaner production to it. But of course, as far as loudness and presence, that wasn't really there. To recap with Manny Mackens, kind of sad with it. Listen to my own video, of course. Oh, I want to correct my last video. I said that RTJ inspired me to experiment. Odd Future was experimenting before that. By no means was I trying to say that Odd Future came out before LP specifically, because LP is the producer of Run the Jewels. The LP came out before Odd Future, but Odd Future came out before Run the Jewels when LP got with Killer Mike. So I want to make that clear and correct that, because I think that was a little bit of a mistake on my end. A huge mistake, because LP's a legend. So we should acknowledge that. Okay. So we should acknowledge that. So by no means was that a diss to LP. LP, definitely, if I get to work with LP, that would be a dream come true. So no disrespect to LP. He's a legend, one of the greatest minds of hip-hop. And really almost in music history, but definitely hip-hop, one of the greatest minds. Up there with Dr. Dre and Primo, or whoever you have as far as producer wise goes, but definitely with Dr. Dre, Primo, Cool Herc, and Jazzy Jeff, particularly Jazzy Jeff. Jazzy Jeff, such an underrated '80s producer. But so yeah, so no disrespect to him, but I want to correct that on the record. So I guess my mindset for President Mackens coming in was, you know, the Manny Mackens, the production was mainly I was still new to it, so that had like a weird chip on my shoulder type of effect. President Mackens, I was like, okay, I know how to produce. Now I'm gonna, as a producer, surrender my role to the rapping and the vision of my raps. And I think the change of direction in that being a little bit darker, being even more experimental than before, kind of set some people off. But overall, President Mackens was well reviewed. People said it was lit. People said the characters were done good. This is probably one of my, actually, I was doing characters for so many Mackens, but this was like probably the only project actually where I have a single character that's not me going through the motions. So, yeah, overall the reviews of this was really good. I mean, in the same podcast of the Hip Hop Amino review team, JT said it was one of his favorite EPs for the beginning of the year that year. So, yeah, from my niche, it was pretty good. I mean, so that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I remember a lot of the rapping was better, and there's a concept. So let's hop into it. I have nothing else really to say about that. It was already 5 minutes with nothing to say, right? But 5 minutes worth of stuff to say. So let's hop into this.
No. 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 No.
Interesting intro.
Reign supreme is what I assume I should do when I'm on a beat. I'm too depressed right not to be dogmatic currently. I'd rather speak slowly and pass out, controlling the only thing I have left, and that is poetry's future. Shoot, if I had sense, I would use words more carefully. But I'm too sense, I would use words more carefully.
What?
And that is poetry's future. Shoot, if I had sense, I would controlling the only thing I have left, and that is poetry's future. Shoot, if I had sense, I would use words.
What?
And that is poetry's future. Shoot, if I had sense, I would use controlling the only thing I have left, and that is poetry's future. Shoot, if I had sense, I would use words more carefully.
What?
I'm too conflicted to be constrained. Verbally, I'm mentally aloof. Always, I'm in atrocity. What do you expect from a genius who was senselessly tapping his head with pens so he can ooze out his own creativity? I'm drained, but just now I
That was
regain
hard.
my sanity. I hear opportunities say my name. It's whispering, I hear it say, Manny Mackens, one in infinity. Look into my eyes, see this dark secrets and demons sleep ahead. Don't rest now, get up. Don't worry, I'll make your bed. And when you come back to lay, I will become death. So take a breath, don't be depressed, just accept.
All right, so my first impression, that there is one weird line that I didn't enunciate well at all. I don't know why I passed that, which was, I guess, I'm focusing on what I could control, which is poetry and suture. I don't know what I said. Poetry and if I had sex, I would use words more carefully. That was ridiculously stupid. That was the dumbest line I probably ever said in my life. But the beat, I like the beat, I like the melody, and the percussion was cool with it. It did not fit my rapping. I don't know why I sound like that. But I do like the intro part where it's like, no, because the message came across, which is like a nerdy kid who's off the wall, struggling, making the music. That was the idea, and that went through with that. But just because the idea went through doesn't mean that everything.
No noises?
Yeah, no noises. Okay, I'm doing a video. Thank you. That's my daughter. Just because the idea went through, doesn't mean that it was good. I would not return back to that. So yeah, already starting off worse. The intro to Manny Mackens was crazy. This intro, I think I was trying to capture that energy, but it didn't work out for the beat. And that's the problem with comparing yourself to your previous work, because you're not always going to capture that. So, yeah, that was whack. I didn't like that. Next track.
Listen, this is Manny Mackens.
And there was really no analysis. I did like the line that said a genius. What'd I say? I want to go back to. I feel like I just skipped over that. But
I'm mentally aloof.
I'm mentally aloof. I'm in atrocity. I like the ringing.
Stabbing his head with pens so he can ooze out his own creativity. I'm drained.
Stabbing his head with pens so he can ooze out his own creativity. Athena, can you get out? So stabbing his head with pens so he could ooze out his own creativity. I like that imagery. There was some stuff. I like the ringing of it. But I hear myself trying to recreate the energy of the Many Mackens intro. It did not work. So starting off bad, but here's like a president. I remember some of the songs with JT Flame. Let's
Listen,
go. I actually performed the song
Mackens
recently.
EP, the second EP by Manny Mackens. Last EP, there was some feedback, mostly positive reviews, but there was some feedback, that people, wanted to make the music a little different. But I know that everybody wants to be as talented as me, as raw as me, as unafraid as me. So as president, I'll grant you these benefits. Because why? Whatever. Listen, I'm not concerned with the others. I'm an overachiever that is deleting the pressure is under. Put your team in my scar tissue covers. I have a dream, my dream, and get lost in the wonder. Now this is another track with rest that bloods in your brain waves and cause clutter in your thought process. Make you think twice about the substance you want to utter. I rained out on your parade for a summer. Wash away your whack grass and put your mind all up in the gutter. Cause I'm nasty, calculated, crafty, mashing words together just like cars crashing.
There we go. There we go. So let me pause this. Already the verse is written better, the performance is better than that intro. The intro should have been cut out completely. This already with lots. I remember it. From the intro of just talking in a very confident way. Listen, I'm not concerned with the others. I'm an overachiever that is deleting the pressure he's under. Put your tea in my scar tissue covers. I have him dream my dream and get lost in the wonder. I performed this recently, so I remember. But this very pompous, confident, cocky, that's being sold completely. And that duality, because duality between me as an artist and me as this fictional president that you'll see later on, and it's very it's established in the song. An intro was not needed. It was not needed at all. So
I made up in the front seat, on gas, styles and a hacky. God live a praise. I make a great go on both knees and look up at me and say, I'm the only one that is holy. I'm unimportant to the enemy, which is anything opposing my agenda. I think I'm doing a video. Can you? I'm sorry. I'll be out there in a second, okay? Sorry.
all right, my bad, y'all. All right, we're going back. All right, let's rewind this. We're keeping it in because I told her not to be in the video.
I make a great go on both knees and look up at me and say, I'm the only one that is holy. I'm unimportant to the enemy, which is anything opposing my agenda. My rap persona is like a political party. I promise you life, but I can lie and leave you starving because I'm sick.
So, all right, so I want to address that last line. I think a lot of people thought President Mackens was more socially conscious because of lines like that, where just like, I could exploit you like a political party. I'm on a point. I forgot what I said, but I performed the verse. I still forget. My agenda, my rap persona is like a political party. I promise you life, but I can lie, leave you starving because I'm sick. I think that comparing a persona to politics really made the project feel more conscious than it really was. Well, the project is more emotional. So that's one kind of critique that I have, but not really, because the attention is there. So the idea is to express.
Who has the best leadership? I am. Who raps beat this dexterous? I am. Who causes the most damages?
That's the other thing. Like, the president persona is just saying how I'm dominating all these rappers, and it's like, well, I think there's a lot of well-written songs. I'm looking at the track list. There's a lot of well-written songs that make that idea compelling, which is why I'm conflicted as to, was that even a good lane to pursue?
Who succeeds when he manages? I am. Who's too focused for compassion? I am. Who regrets many of his actions? I am. The only one who fits these descriptions? I am. The only one unafraid of haters? I am. Who got an ego this big? I am. Who has the best leadership? I am. Who raps be this dexterous? I am. Who causes the most damages? I am. Who succeeds when he manages? I am. Who's too focused for compassion? I am. Who regrets many of his actions?
Next is JT. I'm going to skim through that verse like I did with last Many Mackens because main focus on me. But I would say the drum loop is very effective here still with the boom, 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 and then changing the rhythm, adding that beat drop effect. The horns still very big, glossy. And then the The piano keys, the bum 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 bum. The synth there is still very almost funky, old school hip hop way, still braggadocious. Very clean, but also very rugged within its rhythms. Love the production here. Love the rap here. It's fun. It's cocky. It's boisterous. It shows the persona of President Mackens. That intro did not need to be there at all. I just want to reiterate that. Let me shout out to JC Flay. By the way, he just released his album God Isn't Listening. He just released it. Go check that out. Brilliant album. He's doing his rapcore stuff. He's reinventing the wheel musically with that. Check out God is Not Listening. All right, check it out. He just came out with a project, so check that out. Yeah, but here's his verse here.
Yo,
he's really young too.
this is my dude from the UK. He gonna tell you what it's like. Yo, tell him. Guess who it is, motherfuckers, it's me. King JT on the track with Manny Mackens, and he's got a Mac in his and I guess you don't hear me.
His voice is deeper than
usual. I'm not a superhero who's coming to save you. I'm a supervillain who's coming to maim you. Starting rhymes come from out of my brainwaves, out of my mouth and onto white paper. Got a couple women locked up in my basement, waiting down there to pick up the payments. Then I blow the brains all over the pavement.
Another very fun verse. Go check out President Mackens. After you check out God Is Not Listening, check out President Mackens on all platforms. SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it. President Mackens is there. Go check out his verse. Go check out all these songs and interpret them yourself. You have to do that. You have to do that. This came out 2017. It's 2026. So it's a classic. All right, next song all in my head.
So, President Mackens, you seem to...
Already, the vocals, I hear them clear, but they could be louder.
Pride in being doubted, but not just in being doubted, but also in proving you're and loved by the few. It was hard for me to see this coming, but it happened.
Interesting.
Judged by the many, loved by the few. My style back then did not amuse. I moved it just quickly from the people at school. The students, teachers, and staff thought I was boring too. Cause I was actually different. And that's another thing. I did pretend to be a fool or scholar or artist. That was me. And that's probably...
Vocal mixing could be a lot thicker and have more presence. Because I'm struggling to hear exactly what's happening. Especially with the beat being a lot more... This is interesting. Because this kind of contrasts with my minimalistic style that would happen in later projects too. So this is very interesting to hear.
They doubted me because I gave them nothing to believe. I gave them what was seen, and they acted different. Cut me off like this act was scripted. But they actually were act one, now that act has ended. Now what they see is...
Okay, that was a brilliant piece of wordplay right there. What did I say? I love that.
That's another thing. I did pretend to be a fool or scholar or artist. That was me. And that's probably why they doubted me, because I gave them nothing to believe.
Okay, interesting insight that I had back then. So here's the thing. I'm clearly talking about high school. I'm talking about me back then, but it was current time back then. I was senior high school back then, but I'm projecting out this other character later, President Mackens or whatever. It shows how big I felt like high school was. Where if I'm the president, people are gonna ask me about how I was in high school, right? And high school is not. If you're in high school right now, high school is nothing like real life. Let me tell you that. But the idea that I wasn't a fool or artist, I wasn't anything. I was just me, right?
I moved it just quickly from the people at school, the students, teachers, and staff thought I was boring too.
That was actually different, right?
And that's another thing. I did pretend to be a fool or scholar or artist. That was me.
I didn't pretend to be a fool or scholar or artist. That was me. And that's probably why they doubted me, because I gave them nothing to believe. Very interesting insight. I gave nothing to believe. I give you nothing. And that's what I think I still... Not struggle with, because I don't struggle with it now. I'm comfortable in my own skin now. But that's what the dynamic that I still feel like is in me, right? Like, I don't give people like, oh, you're a rapper? Where's the tattoo on your face? Like, I don't give them that. You're a singer? Oh, where's the this and the that? Like, no, I'm just me. So it's harder for people to support someone if you're not fitting into their paradigm or their preset and their assumptions of who you're supposed to be, right? So, yeah.
What was seen, and they acted different. cut me off like this act was scripted. But the actors were act one, now that's act has
So they acted different. Cut me off like this act was scripted. But that was act one. Now that act has ended. I think that was a beautiful set of wordplay. Act one, part of the show. There's a dramatic element to this as well. Act one, you cut me off like this act was scripted. Like you ran my part to be cut off. Brilliant.
Now what they see is me on stage. I make their whole house listen. I'm the show. I sell the tickets.
Okay. Brilliant. So I'm scheming here. I'm saying, but now I'm the one on stage. I make their whole house listen. If you've been to stages, it's front of house, back of house, whatever. I make the whole house listen. I sell these tickets, so I'm
direct my vision. Scar tissues replace their eyelids now. All I did from pain was dream. That's why I always kept a smile. I looked around, saw pettiness, and believed it was a detriment. Never
love the synth here.
Was deterred. I always kept the pencil grips, hit the decks with it, clench my other fist for the bass, and then whispered lines. Closed my eyes and woke up to a world where I can leave this behind.
I was never good at that. I was never good. What I described was keep a pencil grip, do the beat and rap, and have the bass. I was never good at that. I don't have that hand-to-eye coordination.
Hate it anymore. I wanted to decide where I went in life, so I grabbed hip-hop and said this is mine. Now I'm successful, and I finally realized why I had to persevere. So, in this music class for 2017 seniors, we'll be counting the metronome. 1, 2. Music typically has a consistent beat. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 measures. 4, 1, learn.
Terrible way of summarizing musical theory, by the way. Or musical rhythms, by the way. I could have done better. You could tell I was improvising.
This is how music is. These times drag on, and it's nothing new. It's just another repeat. Washed up mentalities opposed all the youth cause the star to sink. And I've been counting like all these beats, but music means so much more to me. And I feel like neglecting my identity is the only thing that will help me live happily. And I'm not a Christian or an atheist, I'm in between. Same thing politically. I try to learn more than I compete. I guess that's why I feel like nobody's listening. Because I'm not yelling loud enough. What if I try to speak? Oh my dad, y'all hearing this? Hey class, are y'all listening? Does it make me sound less ignorant? If I speak like this, will I get dismissed? They would ask an idiot. And no one comes for my defense, so I feel guilty for being innocent. When I joke around, everyone is here. Everybody wants me to give. But when I stop being the joke, people go. And it's hilarious, but I know I'm making somewhere. These hands will become my witnesses. I'll be the biggest artist in all businesses. Everyone will love all the stuff I did. I'll bring everyone together on my show. My enemies and my friends. My parents, teachers, and my kids. And give them a lesson on how to forgive. I'll go for president. I try to make 60 billion. Bring the whole world together, doesn't matter what group you're in. Race, religion, social status, or what your political position is. I'll die with the name One Man Infinity. And everyone will remember many Mackens.
Wow.
Michael Jordan will be on my tombstone. And everyone will read about my passion. And to anyone that got thrown up with the measures I set up in this rap thing, I want to see your reaction. See if you're laughing when it happens. Thank you. 1, 2. Malcolm. 4, 1, 2. What are you doing here? 1, 2, 3. You're laughing and counting. 4. Like you're happy or satisfied with what you're doing. You're obviously distracted. 1, 2. You can't be happy and go in the direction that you want to go in. You need struggle. 2, 3. You can't be satisfied. Shut the metronome off. I don't want to take this anymore. No, thank you. No. You're going to have to take this monotony. This is the only way to succeed.
Way to straw man the opposition there. You have to take this monotony. It's the only thing to succeed, only way to succeed. Very ambitious song. I enjoyed that. Once again, the vocals had to be a little bit louder, take more presence, but very, very ambitious song. Production was great. Rhythmically, it was great. A lot of cool lines. They're almost spoken word. There's still duality between Malcolm and Manny Mackens, but Manny Mackens is in this lore created as the confident persona that will be obviously the president later on. And obviously 2017, this was inspired by Donald Trump, because Donald Trump was seen as like, oh, he's never going to be president, and he did. So obviously the narrative is partially inspired by that. Amazing. The bits of wordplay there were amazing. The storytelling was amazing. The concept, the setup was beautiful. If anything, this should have been the intro. The beat switches. I mean, I don't really do that as much anymore. I'm more minimalistic, but this This shows me insight. Like, wow. Like when I was not fully minimalistic, it was still hitting. But people say it was too much. It was too abstract for the time. Some people said that. So I became more minimalistic. But if you listen back, Jesus, man, that was a beautiful way of setting up this project, man. Beautiful way. Like a President and All in My Head. Jesus. All right, God Complex. I remember this song being really good.
I'm a God complex. The universe is just my playground. No contest around me. Planets are just like stars to me. I guess I'm just self-rejecting your reality. I'm gassed up and full of many things. Many temperatures and so much living beats. I'm a split personality. I'm a galaxy. I'm a fantasy. I'm a lonely human. I'm a family. I'm the reason for your struggling. I'm the root cause of your suffering. I'm an animal. I'm a civilization. I take over everything that's adjacent to me. I fight for my rights endlessly. You're not beating? I'm a defense. I'm a blurred vision to your astronomy. There's nothing out there. There are no possibilities. I'm the only thing you should worry about. I'm a cloud floating over your consciousness. I'm your common sense. I'm your knowledge. I'm your logic. I'm your confidence. I'm your name. I'm everything you want to be. I'm your riches. I'm your egoic system. I take what you think you have and then I flip it. I make you tired or I make you work. I give you yourself. I tell you your worth. I'm your low self-esteem. I'm your identity's curse. And if you allow someone to hurt me, I make matters worse. I make everything in the cosmos burst. I will destroy everything on Mother Earth. I'm the reason you're a heathen or religious or an angel or a demon. I've been with you since birth. I will grow on the scars that your mind picked up from a previous battle. You can see me, but I help you see yourself, and that's all that matters.
Yup.
Even you could agree on that, so it's a fact. The question if it's good or bad. Just sit back and see the magic happen. I'm so packed inside your brain that we can never be detached. I'm your God complex, aka your mental map. I'll guide you through the universe. Remember, there is only one path.
Wow, that is phenomenal. Wow, senior in high school. I'm sorry, that is phenomenal. Beautiful writing. Wow, once again, I feel like the vocals could have had more presence. The production could have been mastered louder, but wow, the writing there is insane. I was watching a lot of actualizeback.org back then, and how he summarized, I mean, apparently Leo's his cult leader now, but how he summarized the ego really influenced me back then. And I still, it's still influencing my thinking now. So the idea of that your ego is what makes you perceive everything, it's everything, your identity. It's so big, but yet you are so small. And the second verse, if I remember correctly, kind of shows how really shallow and needy this ego is. And it's such an abstract song. And then, if depending on how I've written the rest of it, is how I judge it, right? It's such an abstract song and so out there that to just, how does someone write something so big and influential yet so small and infinitesimal? I'm sorry, that first verse, at least, let's see how the second verse goes and the hook. But that first verse started off beautifully. That was beautifully written, and the production fitted so well with the spaciness, the almost light eeriness to it, and the minimalism. And you hear that beating, I'm your defense, like anything you don't know, I defend. Anything you don't know, that sound, that resistance, anything you don't know, I defend you against that. Beautiful way. And just the topic itself. A rapper saying, I'm gonna rap from an ego perspective, a God complex perspective. Rappers are supposed to rap about that, not from that perspective. Brilliant. Some of the most brilliant rap I've ever heard. And I know it's like me, so it's like, oh, whatever. Genuinely, this is some of the most brilliant writing I've ever heard.
When life gets too grimy, everybody gets what they need. I'm your God complex. I'll give you what you need. I'll overcomplicate everything that you see. I'll guide you through reality.
So relax
and believe in only I,
because I'm what you seek. What you seek.
I'm your God complex.
Right.
I'll guide you through this world. I'm the truth revealed. I'm your God complex. I'm what is real. I'm what you seek. I'm your God complex. I'll guide you through this world. I'm the truth revealed. I'm your God complex. I'm what is real. I'm what you seek. I'm your God complex. I'll guide you through this world. I'm the truth revealed. I'm your God complex. I'm what is real. I'm what you seek. You're the only life that I know. You're the only reason that I breathe. You keep me alive when you believe in me. And I want you to succeed. You're all that's needed to be human. And I'm just your self-conscious ruler. You are my soul, mind, and heart. Closest thing I have to romance, so I hold on to you. Your life is so brutal, and my life is so useless. All I do is limit you, but you still find me useful. All I do is cause you stress, but I promise you're my only love. I'm your God complex, I'm the sky that's your limit. Trust me, you will never go above what I set for you. This life is only us, without me you're dust. Just blowing any way the wind blows. You need me, according to you, and I will take advantage of your vulnerable state. Make your love disintegrate, then I conjure up hate. Cause I love you.
Wow.
I'm your God complex. Hear that beating?
Wow.
I'm your defense.
The contradictions here
when life
too.
gets too grimy, everybody gets on their knees. I'm your God complex. I'll give you what you need. I'll overcomplicate everything that you see. I'll guide you through reality. So relax and believe in only I, because I'm what you seek. I'm your God complex. I'll guide you through this world. I'm the truth revealed. I'm your God complex. I'm what is real. I'm what you seek. I'm your God complex. I'll guide you through this world. I'm the truth revealed. I'm your God complex. I'm what is real. I'm what you seek. I'm your God complex. I'll guide you through this world. I'm the truth revealed. I'm your God complex. I'm what is real. I'm what you seek.
You need me, according to you. I want you to succeed. I'll conjure up hate because I love you. The contradictions of the God complex, not only are they so real and so poetic and so poignant, it's just beautiful writing. This is probably the best song I ever made. I gotta go through my catalog clearly because I forgot how good it is. Even though production isn't loud, I'm glad it's kind of not because it's subtle. It's so subtle, like a God complex should be. This is probably damn near a perfect song, and I didn't recognize it back then and still now. That is brilliant. I wouldn't change anything about that song. Brilliant. Brilliant. And it fits the narrative so well, but it's written so unique because this is basically the whole downfall of President Mackens. If I read it how I remember it, it's the whole downfall. It's his God complex. Next song. Wow. Not to my own horn here, but that song is incredible.
I become life, I guess, through a process I learned on the internet called law of attraction. I heard it's about using my conscience to turn logic into what I want. Put aside all of my baggage, relax and manifest my desires. Anything that I want, I can have it. So I request a lot of talent and success, and the universe will turn my way and let me have all the success I can ask for. All I gotta do is pretend like I got a grip on what I imagine. So I close my eyes, lay back and let my mind paint a picture of all of my passions. Let go of the madness I've made for myself, breathe in and out, and I will see what happens. I just want a business owned by many Mackens, and later on proceed to being the president so my voice could be heard by the masses. I want a legacy so my mentality could be that of a god or a king, because that's my reality.
Given the power and potency of the law of attraction, you might wonder why the law of attraction was a secret. Up until the secret documentary was produced, very few people talked about manifestation. In fact, it still isn't all that popular even now, and it's certainly not as famous as its potential efficacy suggests it should be. So why was the law of attraction a secret? Here are the 5 major underlying reasons you need to know about it. It was forgotten. Much of the supporting research is new. The science behind manifestation isn't widely spread.
The law of attraction, it's nothing written down or signed. It's an intangible agreement made by the universe and the mind.
So this reminds me of Cannabis' song Niggonometry, where like my voice and delivery should have been done better, but the flow, everything else is good. The beat fits the lyrics, but you could tell that either the feedback didn't come to me at the time or I just wasn't good at it. The delivery could have been a little bit better to fit the beat and the overall aura, but I like what I'm saying and I like the presentation, just the delivery's a little off.
A powerful force concerning your subconscious and the freedom you have a dream. It's fueled by all of your beliefs. It's a stream of energy flowing through the soul of the beholder. Whoever wants to accept it can own its power. Everyone has it, so it's just a matter of acceptance. It's just a matter of conscience. It's just a matter of endurance. It's just a matter of willpower. And the strength to work to become stronger. And the hard work it takes to work harder. And the discipline to not listen to your heart when it's telling you the opposite of who you are. That's the effect of this law. This is what determines a God. This is what decides who is creator and who is not. And it's more than a law. Because it's not written down and followed by all. I guess that's why we have people that are trapped in a box like prisoners, thinking that they found God, but actually they're lost. And it's a game for you. You play to please your inhibitions while they're playing you.
So I like this. I love this for the concept of this album. How I'm describing the law of attraction. And it shows, I really did my thing with the writing here. It shows that I'm talking about the law of attraction, I'm explaining it, but I'm still in the character of me trying to be the successful business owner and what I'm trying to do. And later, I remember certain lines that I said later, and later on, that will become really important. But if your first listen, you wouldn't catch God complex and law of attraction, why they need to be there in this particular order. I was clearly more spiritual back then, but basically what I'm describing is delusion. Me deluding myself into power, deluding myself into this hyper-capitalistic, hyper-authoritarian fantasy. And it's based off of Donald Trump, so it makes sense. But just a sense of escapism from the problems I was dealing with at the time as a senior in high school, being ignored, all that kind of stuff. Brilliant way, such an ambitious project lyrically that's really overlooked.
And this law allows us to create the game's rules. Make your thoughts before you too, so you can push through all your cruelties.
The law of attraction isn't always described as such.
So it's like me basically saying like, that's why this has to be true. This has to be true. My character in this believes the law of attraction. I think I've done this in my past too. So it's my character and me in real life. I believe law of attraction because I have to. This has to be real. I have to break free. So such a relatable character President Mackens is, for sure.
The law of attraction is an ancient philosophy, but it was gradually forgotten. You can see it in old proverbs, including those in the Bible. For example, a cheerful look brings joy to the heart, and good news gives health to the bones. Proverbs 15:30. This is one of the earliest documented observations that how we think and feel can actively change our physical health and what happens around us. However, if you go back as far as 391 BC, you can see Plato commenting on the fact that like tends towards like.
Off to the Empire is this song, so obviously.
I run this shit. I want y'all to feel like kiss my.
Shout out to Infamous, but like I said, you want to hear his verse, he kills it. You want to hear his verse, check out President Mackens, all platforms, including SoundCloud and YouTube. But let's highlight his.
Look up, girl.
He kills this.
Asking you to fasten your seatbelt, cause it's a law. Let's go for it, right? You better go and see hell. I wanna help, but look at you useless people. You look to me in hell. Thank God.
Okay, I hear that line. He really fit the theme. He really fit the theme of like revenge and getting into the office and doing that. Similar to how Donald Trump is right now. So.
First, when I start taking dishes, I'm watching to have a damn image of me in every house where y'all living. Where you crossing devils and most, those
shout out to him. Okay, off rip, the vocal mixing here, I should have had more presence, especially because Infamous mixes louder. I should have. The vocals here are very quiet. I don't know why. This whole album seems to suffer from that. Love the performance though.
What am I lying? I never cared about that anyway. I've been kind of anxious though. Think about how I lost my soul. And if I lose my soul, then I lose control. And if I lose control, then I lose my hope. And if I lose my hope, then I lose my focus off peace and get lost in the moment. And if I lose my mind, then we all go down. Especially with my thumb on this plane. I picture the globe to nothing. George Floyd's body will be dark matter. And he'll black out along with the people he funded. That's how low blow me. I'm sorry for this race, got my mind running. I'm just trying to trip. Anybody trying to win, so cross to the line of finish. Sounds like I won this. I'm not interested in pleasing you. I'm interested in leading you down the ditch that I'll be on top of everyone else, but you get some presents too. I'm content to put your kids in school, just for your neighborhood and make you move. It's all about the money, man. It's not wrong. If you were me, what will you do? I don't get credit for being on top. I just get criticized a lot. Conspiracy theories about who I am and who I'm not, and I'm supposed to be some kind of god when I'm a man just trying to get a buck. I should, but I just want a little bit of love. I want to be appreciated by others, have some power, and everyone can see all the stuff I've done. I wouldn't take the opportunities my mind gave me at 17 if I knew that this day would come. What you talking about? I use the law of attraction succeeding now. I'm a walking slaughterhouse. That's the only thing on my mind. Death and a lot of doubt, but somehow I'm proud. This the best thing I ever done. Strap up all the soldiers with their guns. Prepare all the balls for launch. The end has just begun. I want everyone to know who's the king and who's not. I want to show them I'm the boss. My madness won't stop. So I'm gonna give them all that I got.
You know what I did so great with the writing here is that it goes God Complex, Law of Attraction, if you're paying attention, right into Office of the Empire. Right into it, which is like, I already achieved it. I've already done it. I'm bombing. I'm punishing you guys. I'm doing all these wrong things. But what about the good I've done? Like, can't you give me any appreciation? Very egotistical President Mackens. Beautiful writing on my end. Infamous did a great job. Even just skimming through it, you can hear how great of a job and how serious he took it. He really got into the lore of the character I was making and wrote from his perspective on that. He said, I want a picture of me in every house that y'all live in. Man, the egoism. And it's interesting because what teenager is going to admit they're egotistical? I haven't sent this video to my mom, right? Like, okay, you said I was egotistical, but I'm literally making an album breaking down and acknowledging the fact that I have egotistical ways in my wishes. Because the way I'm writing this stuff is very, 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 very detailed, vivid, and critical of me. That same reflection from Samantha Mackens is coming here. More pronounced, more defined. Let's keep on going. I can't. You can't even bump your, because when you listen to the lyrics, you can't even bump your head. You're just so entranced with this character. President Mackens is charismatic and relatable and analytical, and you can connect him to actual political figures. The gentrification, whatever, is like, yes, that is socially conscious. Like, now I'm seeing the social consciousness and the emotional part. It's socially conscious, but it sympathizes with the leader in a way that draws you in. Brilliant. And to go to this from somebody back just a year later is crazy.
When you give a man power, this. What happens when you give a man power? This.
Oh, that rhythm. Oh, and the melody, the violin. What? Stop playing. Stop playing.
I started off ousted, no clout, and then surrounded by dumbfounded. Weak cowards who all doubt me. Spit fire, get spit on, and then hounded by self-loathing. Lost puppets that want power, but they can build right up, and I'll send them to the ground. Yeah, they can rise up tough, but they all fall down. At the end of the day,
wow,
they can build right up,
brilliant,
and I'll send them to the ground. They can rise up tough, but they all fall down. At the end of the day, they can build right up, and I'll send them to the ground. Yeah, they can rise up tough, but they all fall down. At the end of the day, unfiltered force comes with a leader, and a bunch of people fighting against what they see as evil. All they gotta do is preach and point a finger at a living being, have whatever that thing is. Get being blood leaking, evidence deleted, they go as a secret. I don't even need to worry about other people's beliefs. So if you think gossip is my weakness, then now have the media look somewhere else and mainstream it. I see a weapon as something that is pointed at me, but if it's pointed somewhere else, then it's opportunity. I'll take that death, speak about it publicly, put that family's business out, and then
What did I say there? I think that's crucial. This is a conscious album.
They go as a secret. I don't even need to worry about other people's beliefs. So if you think gossip is my weakness, then now have the media look somewhere else and mainstream it. I see a weapon as something that is pointed at me, but if it's pointed somewhere else, there's opportunity.
I see a weapon from a president's perspective. I see a weapon as something that's pointed at me, but if it's pointed somewhere else, that's opportunity. Bow, like Don DeMarco. What else? If it's pointed at me, it's a weapon. If it's pointed somewhere else, it's opportunity. That no one wrong. What was I on? Oh my God!
Publicly, put that family's business out, and their loss will be my industry. And anecdotes, my anecdote. In opposition, sickest. You call that fear?
What the? I said an anecdote is an antidote, and opposition sickens me. I have stories against my opposition. Short stories against my opposition, basically what I'm saying. The anecdotes, my antidote, and opposition sickens me. It's okay. You can watch me. I just don't watch you in the video, you know? It's okay.
I'm in power, everything will gravitate to peace. Don't worry, ignorance is bliss, and you are going to live happily. This world is called the Mackens masterpiece.
Dina. Okay, you have to be quiet, okay? I have to hear
my antidote in opposition sickest. You call that fear mongering? I call that proper marketing. As I'm in power, everything will gravitate to peace. Don't worry, ignorance is bliss, and you are going to live happily. This
what I say, there's so much in this. Oh my God. This might be the main book. This song might be the main book. I said, what I say? Ignorance is as long as I'm in charge, everything is gonna lead to peace. Don't worry, ignorance is bliss, and you are going to live happily. Oh, after talking about deceiving,
God we trust is all the mask that I wear when I'm on TV. The public's eye is mine. You see what I'm envisioning? It's title over ideals. That's the way it has to be. I'm navigating my country towards prosperity. I'm getting richer and richer as time goes on, so everything is working out flawlessly. I see my legacy in the distance. It's opening its arms invitingly, and I leap towards it embracingly. Come to me. I started off ousted, no clout and it's surrounded. My dumbfounded,
so sinister.
Doubt me. Spit fire, get spit on and then hounded. My self-loathing, lost puppets that want power, but they can build right up, and I'll send them to the ground. They can rise up tough, but they all fall down. At the end of the day, they can build right up, and I'll send them to the ground. Yeah, they can rise up tough, but they all fall down. At the end of the day, they can build right up, and I'll send them to the ground. Yeah, they can rise up tough, but they all fall down. At the end of the day, they can build right up.
The long chorus works here.
Send them to the ground.
And in God Complex.
They can rise up tough, but they all fall down. At the end of the day, they can build right up, and I'll send them to the ground. They can rise up tough, but they all fall down. At the end of the day, corporations in my pocket, your life is in my wallet. All this pressure just for sitting in this Oval Office. It's a constant conflict, I gotta make this profit. Locking up the citizens on the route to prosper. So I have to clean my conscience. It's like trying to get a playing field from a marsh pit. Looking into all of these options. Which one?
Talking about, I gotta make this profit, corporations in my pocket. I have a constant conflict. What's the constant conflict? I want to be faithful to the writer.
Corporations in my pocket, your life is in my wallet. All this pressure just for sitting in this Oval Office. It's a constant conflict, I gotta make this profit. Locking up the citizens on the route to prosper. So I have to clean my conscience. It's like trying to get a playing field from a marsh pit.
Yo, that's such a great line. Oh my God, such great imagery. Corporations in my pocket, your life is corporations. Your life is in my wallet, or probably opposite. All this pressure just from sitting in this Oval Office. It's a constant conflict. I have to clear my conscience. Beautiful alliteration. It's a constant conflict. I have to clear my conscience. It's like trying to get a playing field from a mosh pit. Trying to clear out all the destruction from wild partygoers who want to fight. To clear my conscience after all the evil stuff I'm doing.
All of these options, which one am I satisfied with? How many people die if I choose this one? Let's try it. My mind is a machine, misguided, firing bullets at the other parts. While trying to
My mind. How many people am I gonna kill if I do this? Let's try it. My mind is a machine, misguided.
violent. It's me at my finest. At least I can go to sleep at night inspired. I'm trying to enlighten. I'm doing what is right. I'm protecting everyone's life. I'm a reminder that anything is possible. I am what I say I am, and I'm the proof that everything I say is true. I'm the one that sets the rules.
And you know what? That's what Donald Trump is doing. I am what I say I am, and I'm the proof that everything I say is true.
That we play, everyone will benefit when I make all of everything change. Can't you tell by now that I'm the one that should innovate, and I will eliminate anything that doesn't go my way. Anyways, rip your heart out to make sure that you learn today. No jokes and no hopes. Let me educate the population my way. They don't have to know that what I say is fake. I'll get a vote any chance that I take. I make sure that I'll propagate my name. They can build right up.
And the switch of how the chorus is delivered after the end of that verse is so beautiful.
All fall down.
At the end of the day,
they can build right up.
like, can't you tell it's me when I say? Can't you tell it's me? It doesn't even go to the acapella like the previous hook. It just goes straight to it now because I said what I had to say. Oh, this was crazy. The beat was great too. Whiny, industrial. It just sounds so aggressive. It sounds so like lifeless but dark. Dark in its lifelessness. Similar to what President Mackens is saying. Oh my God.
At the end of the game, they can build right up. They can rise up tough, but they all fall
outside of some of the mixing and mastering,
this is ousted, no clout, and they're surrounded by dumbfounded weak cowards who all doubt me. Spit fire, get spit on, and then hounded by self-loathing, lost puppets that want power. But they can build right up, and I'll send them to the ground. They can rise up tough, but they all fall down. They can build right up.
And that little chuckle there, even I think that was a mistake, but it just.
They can rise up tough, but they
this
all
is the most
fall
callous
down.
writing. This is evil. President Mackens is evil. Evil. Oh my God, the social commentary is there too. Oh my God, that song outside of the mix and master, it's my second favorite song outside of God Complex. God Complex was just too much. Oh my God. Otherworldly. You know, someone said that song was too long, and I remember agreeing with them. That song was not too long. That song needed to be that long. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much.
Wait, have your bread like stuck?
Uh-huh.
Just drink water.
Just drink water? Okay, thank you for taking care of me. Oh my God. That needed to be that long. What was I thinking? This was so stream of consciousness. I could have wrote this. That's crazy. Beautiful. Beautiful. And you know what? There was these producers that said that they went back to President Mack because they loved it because the rapping. This rapping is beautiful. I gotta say, this rapping is just so brilliant. Oh my God. Jesus.
So, this is a part of the story where Manny Mackens gets a little, full of himself. So, check it out. Behind me is security. You catch the idea I'm pitching?
Oh! That beat's too hard! That beat's too hard! Hold up. And the way it introduces...
So, this is a part of the story where Manny Mackens
you
gets
gotta
a little,
freestyle that. Come on.
full of himself. So, check it out. Behind me is security. You catch the idea I'm pitching? I'm basically untouchable. You're not hard to reach.
Bro. That is so... That's so charismatic. He said, behind me is security. You catch the idea I'm pitching? What'd I say? Oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all.
So, check it out. Behind me is security. You catch the idea I'm pitching? I'm basically untouchable. You're not hard to reach.
Behind me is security. You catch the idea I'm pitching? I'm basically untouchable. You're not hard to reach.
Especially when I got armed guards surrounding me, trained to kill any hostility. So please don't try to be a public enemy. Your name will be a trigger word for shoot. Pull something, you'll get attacked in more ways than just verbally. I'll make your suffering seem like a hyperbole. Unless you come and work for me, then I'll give you a whole charity. Whistleblow, I get exposed, but you'll have to say bye to your whole family. I'll risk any civilian to expand the industry, make a million, and anyone questioning will be looked at like they're crazy demons. Transmit conspiracies. You think protesting vehemently will change anything? My whole team is basically all of your dependencies. You think I'm concerned about your little old community? You think my policies are meant to be accepted ethically by every human being? What does popularity mean to my responsibilities? Anything I do gets a huge critique. So essentially I judge what I do politically based on how I feel personally. I call it common sense mentality. This is exactly what...
There's so much that I could break down, but it's gonna be like pausing it after every word. But like, I judge my policies based off of what I feel personally. I call that a common sense mentality. Ah! Oh, God.
Leader who is adamant in his beliefs. Federal law overrides state law, and with the word in my pocket, the poor man who could be played on and on. I can buy
referencing some many Mackens. Federal law overrules state law, and with the world in my pockets, the poor man's blue can play on and on.
Your stations and have a play my songs if I want, so stop. Top of the charts is nothing when you already on top. I mean, you act like at this point I have lines to cross. You act like I can have a loss. You act like I have a boss. You should act like how I want you to act before guns get drawn. Then you realize that I don't act at all.
Yo, if someone talks to you that crazy, you lost the argument. I said, you act like there's a line to draw. You act like I could have a loss. You act like I have a boss. You should act like how I want you to act before guns get drawn. Then you realize that I don't act at all. What?
Boy, who you trying to convince? I be scheming. You think that you're going to win? I be scheming. Yes, you're government, but I'm the kingpin.
Oh! Huh? What happened? You watch the animal? Okay, baby. I'll be out there in a second. Yo, what I say? That's the hook. Yo.
Drawn, then you realize that I don't act at all.
I be scheming.
Boy, who you trying to convince?
I be scheming.
You think that you're going to win?
I be scheming.
Yes, you're government,
but I'm the kingpin.
Don't risk your life to beg me that you...
Yo, that's literally the cognitive dissonance that Trump has, right? Yeah, it's your government, but I'm the kingpin.
Cause I don't play games in my kingdom. I be scheming. You sleeping, I be sneaking my way up to the top cause I'm a leader. You think your beliefs challenge me? Well, I don't care about your problems neither. What about that drone strike? Evidence deleted. What about that little girl's life?
What?
Evidence deleted. War in that small country? Evidence deleted. Illegal spying for nothing? Evidence deleted.
I used to have a problem with that line when I said, what about that little girl's life? Evidence deleted. Because I was watching a lot of Kyle Kalinske and like, basically you talk about like, Obama or Trump, I think it was Obama, bombed a little country, including a little girl. Like a little girl died, like it, you know, because he's anti-war. I'm not choking, baby. I'm fine. And okay, baby. And then so basically, like, it actually works out because it's more sinister. Like, what little girl? What are you talking about? And it's because it's so vague. It sells you more on how crazy and unhinged President Mackens is.
Don't bring up my past cause I be scheming. Don't question what I did. I got my reasons. Don't bring up my past cause I be scheming.
Don't question what I did. I got my reasons.
What about that drone strike? Evidence deleted. What about that little girl's life? Evidence deleted. War in that small country? Evidence deleted. Illegal spying for nothing? Evidence deleted.
Could've cut this part.
Don't bring up my past cause I be scheming. Don't question what I did. I got my reasons.
Now, it's bad governmental policy because executive orders are a dangerous thing. Now, I know that people we've fallen into this trap in America of ignoring the meaning of words. Words don't have any meaning anymore. So when you say executive order, people just say, oh, that's something the president does. It's just something the president does. It's just a piece of paper and he signs it and then it happens and then it's magical and everything is great. Okay, the purpose of an executive order is to execute. It's to execute, okay? The executive branch is not about the president doing whatever he wants. That's the legislative branch. The legislative branch gets to legislate.
So, To destroy a fantasy, you need logic. This is where reality goes in for Manny. Check it out. This country needed me. You catch the idea I'm pitching? What I'm saying is that I'm reasoning with every person that I can. When it comes to every issue, I stand on the palms of generosity. When it comes to the issues at hand,
as a forced punchline. I was commenting the right as a forced punchline. When it comes to I pitch when it comes to issues at hand. Didn't need it.
Boy, don't worry about if I fully understand the circumstances. I got a circle of belief, and I stand in the middle of every conversation. As I just get thrown around like people during ballroom dances. I make the steps needed to spin this country around to its promised land. I supply what they want and demand.
What I say? Hold on, let me review that. I don't want to overskip.
Conversation. As I just get thrown around like people during ballroom dances. I make the
ideas get thrown around like people at ballroom dances. I know the proper spin to put this country in its promised land. That was a great line.
Around to its promised land. I supply what they want and demand. I calculated this business plan so my busyness can get in the way.
I supply what they want and demand. I calculate this business plan hard.
My progression, I'm such a tired man, but I will not fail this country since this country gave me a chance to run it, and I'll run it and I will advance. It's a function in a way that will make everyone love it, so trust me. Everything I do is kinda risky, but if we as Americans unite, it will be a dream. All of it a fantasy, no more outcasts. Every voice will be heard, and then we all can be united literally and in sync. So listen to me, I'm changing everything. No more negativity, everyone can live happily. Wait, what is happening? The funniest part about this whole story is that it was never real. It was never real for Manny. It was never real for Malcolm, whichever you call him by. But the thing is, his biggest foible is that he can never decide which was real and what was fake.
Beautiful narration. Beautiful narration. Beautiful track overall. Had an issue with that line. Once again, the vocals should have been more up. Yeah. There's nothing much else to say about that. In a just world, President Mackens will be Donald Trump, and what I mean by that is, thank you, that we'll realize that he's a deluded monster that's doing horrible things to people. But unfortunately, it's real. And yeah, the revelation from the narrator, which is obviously me, saying that this whole thing was fake, it was never true to begin with. Well, that adds another dynamic to this whole story of President Mackens. He doesn't even exist. His power doesn't even exist. So, and I think with the Ben Shapiro clip, which Ben Shapiro fell off hard, but with the Ben Shapiro clip, it kind of shows that, like, at this time, I mean, now I don't know what is law and order anymore, but at the time where it's like, even if he was president, he wouldn't be able to do what he he said he was going to do anyway. It was an illusion. Yeah, so brilliant track overall.
Writing an essay on what I think that life is. I think it's a big pie dipped into our minds with no flavor. So we bite into our sorrow. It's bittersweet. Sounds stupid, does it?
It's a big pie dipped into our bitterness. So we bite into our sorrow.
Life's a big writer's block. We all trying to throw ideas at it, but nothing fits. Stuck trying to replace content with wit, or trying to find
with all these metaphors about throwing all these metaphors. Was basically the sentiment is, I'm trying to figure out life now. President Mack is revealed to not be even real, not to have the power. So now where do I stand as a man in this case?
Ways to describe it, but nothing works.
You know, and it's funny because in a way, political commentary stops the lore of President Mackens because it doesn't really matter. Like at President Mackens, I was confused. Like, okay, who's Malcolm, who's Manny Mackens? It doesn't even matter. None of it's real, right?
Any metaphor or analogy or rhyme scheme or simile, punchline or imagery, story I can tell or reference can't describe this art called life. Maybe it wasn't created.
Oh, and I respond to myself, which is nothing. No metaphor, punchline I can say can describe this art called life.
Don't help that I'm creative. Even when I extend my imagination, I try to think of the ways to put it all together, which ironically made it more puzzling. Any beat can describe it? Nah, but
I try to put it together. I try to put these puzzle pieces together, which ironically made it more puzzling.
Think that if one can imagine becoming life for a minute, probably larger than it, then that person can arrive at a conclusion of what life means to them.
What happened to being logical?
This logic never helped me, sir. It just gave me fear. These voices I hear drive me away from where I wanna go.
And where you wanna go?
Anywhere but here. These same voices just broke me down.
Anyone who's a thinker type will relate to this song. It's like thinking so much, you want to escape, but you can't. You try to do it logical and break it down, and you just can't do it. It's such a relatable project this is. Also, this probably shows how good I am as a producer. I think a lot of people don't recognize it. I'm losing breath, and you know what I'm saying? Like punching it a lot here. I can hear it, but I don't mind it because the beats and the aura that's captured in here supersedes all the slight mistakes. So the rawness actually complements the character.
On my knees and in tears, and when I don't listen to them, success appears. Even the concept of opportunity deluded me and kept me stressing about my imaginings. So I decided that all of my thoughts are not my tour guides. I'm controlling them now. I let my mind wander off wild, and look what I got. Isolations with false hopes of getting what I want, and my thoughts are a power that I need to master. Because power needs to be controlled, right? Because life can be writer's block sometimes. Bunch of ideas that contradict, confuse, then come back together. It's kinda like writer's block, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait. Actually, that makes a lot of sense. Life is like...
You know what's crazy? The writing is so beautiful that even the analogies from being a president to being an artist in high school, like life is like writer's block, like I'm thinking myself into power as a pretty much powerless artist. Dude, shifting myself into being a president. So even that stuff like, oh, high school, be an outcast, connected to the president, I actually make it kind of make sense in this song.
Block, isn't it? Because it can sometimes be a bunch of ideas that contradict, confuse, then come back together. Yeah. It's kind of like writer's block sometimes, isn't it?
We get it.
Actually,
Can you go on with the
that
song
makes
now?
a lot of sense.
Can
Because it can contradict,
you move on
confuse,
with the song
all
now?
back together. Wow.
Like, you're making a song.
I'll run with
They're
it.
making a song, dude.
Life is like writer's
Funny.
block.
The humor's still there, and it complements it even
Actually,
better than Submitting Mackens.
That makes a lot of sense.
Keep on
Life
going.
is like writer's block, isn't it?
You're not even flowing on the beat, right?
If anyone says that what I say doesn't make any sense, then that's okay, cause I don't expect y'all to be listening. I'm so used to being down, I realized that there was meant to be in this ditch with
The
me.
minimalism.
Will understand why I'm this way. We all weren't made the same, and that's what my teachers used to say. And now I understand why even they weren't on the same side as me. And it's hard to believe that I'm a human being after all, even with all of this fall. And my conscience choking my sanity out, can't breathe in everything. Dust particles, tornado twist on my third eye, clouds my thoughts. This is brainstorming essentially.
Hard line.
What else do you expect?
Clouds my thoughts,
This is
brainstorming.
survival of the fittest, and we all trying to fit in. And life is based on survival, so we all in position to fight. I guess this is what life really is. A war zone for the ones with intellect or control. Or maybe we don't hold power, but this is confusing. When reality knocks you off your high horse, you contemplate, trying to decide what's real and what's illusion. Now what I'm trying to say is, I wanna be heard, no. What I mean by that is, I wanna be noticed. Can't even choose the right words.
Stay focused.
I know I should, but at this moment, it's kinda hard. Cause I'm trying to find clarity. I'm trying to be what I wanna be. I'm trying to create something new. I want my name to be venerated now. No matter how loud I am, they won't hear me. I don't know how to explain myself. It's almost like it's more realistic when I imagine wealth and fame and make my own story. But life's...
That's beautiful, and that, for any creative, that's relatable to the creatives though, because like this imaginary stuff feels more real than this confusing thing called life, and it kind of shows like it kind of makes creativity look like a mental illness in a way. Yo, my brain's hurting with all these themes. Like Jesus Christ, this is a thinking man's album for sure.
Sin
Oh my God.
inflames my skin, that scar tissue pain, sorrow, that regretful burn, that jealousy, that dried up regret, still fragile, and it can break instantly. Dang. Faith, this is something that it can't protect. I can ramble over and over about this, and since I control my music, I will, so be quiet. I'm describing what life is. It's a
I
leader
can
that's a
control
tyrant,
this.
the
so
head
it
of
feeds me.
everything, and it benefits you and kills you simultaneously. You live and you die in politics. Life's like a president, it leads you, supposedly. But actually, you're contributing to the concept like it's a machine which is made around these beliefs, sort of like a government, except life has no rules. Only the ones who recognize this plays life out. Knowledge is power, time is money. The powerful last throughout time. It's all connected in a way.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. The more you know, the more you gain. So, life is logic, right? Probably not. I guess I'm just a part of this writer's block. And a legacy comes for those that...
Shut up! You just talk a lot.
Nope. I feel like I have something to say, and so I'll say it. I'm not afraid as long as my beats keep playing. Well, I don't need to change the way I'm doing my music, so your opinions are not needed. If you really want to support, listen to it. Take it in for what it is. Don't be stupid and judge it with no knowledge, because I'm just like you. I just want to live. Thank you.
See, that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, the humility right after the political commentary, the humility in a short speech right after is like, I'm trying to figure out life. I'm trying to control the music, my music. This is for me, whatever. But at the end of the day, whether I'm president, whether I'm a great artist, whether I'm not, whether I figure out life, I'm still part of it, and I'm still like you. And I think that's the perception of me that doesn't really... People don't understand. Like, they say you talk so confident, you big yourself up, but then you have these humble moments. And I remember I had the criticism back then, and sometimes I have the criticism now. Yes, I'm confident in my art. Yes, I'm an artist. Yes, I take pride in what I do. But I also recognize that I'm a human that is also flawed. And I think that sort of fine line, it flies over people's heads. I can be confident in myself and be proud of who I am, and also know that I'm a human that is flawed and can criticize myself and take criticism as well. And I'm not going to just accept any bit of stupidity just because you want me to humble myself. You know, I'm not going to just accept it. If you don't accept me for who I am, I'm not going to accept you for who I am. For who you are, my bad. And, yeah. So there's that. But I'm still a human, even with all these principles and all this life and all this stuff that I'm able to create. Despite, I could be president tomorrow. I could be whoever I want to be tomorrow. I could be the best, whatever one of your Grammys. I'm still a part of life, just like you. And I think that if we compare ourselves to real presidents like Trump or Obama or whatever, we could realize that they are a part of our life, as well. Now, what you do with that information, I don't think I tell you here, but it's a realization that we have to understand. It's a humility one. It's a humbling one for all of us if we take the time to listen. Next song is Writer's Block. This is a freestyle, by the way. This is the freestyle of the album. All my albums are freestyles.
I've been blacking out, wondering why life is how it is, and how do I change life so that I could walk 1,000 miles and not go down. And if I go
all freestyle,
down, I won't
not written
go
down.
to the ground without a smile. This is a freestyle. I'm just trying to vent.
Great percussion.
On top of the head so my emotions could be heaven sent. I got an angelic brain. I'm just trying to fly away. Trying to go past outer space, but I'm limited. I'm wondering if life is really finite, and if it isn't, how do I reach the top of it? How do I go beyond my limits when I'm supposed to be unlimited? I'm just constantly questioning. That's why I'm in this mist and trying to find where I could fit. But every time I find a place, it's not a space, it's just a trap, and I hide in the cracks. I hide in the cracks. Trying to find a place and a time to look back. Wondering why I had such a past where it twisted and I was constantly conflicted with my own misery. It's just me, depression constantly, so I can find a freaking time where I could actually enlightening, but I'm staying here in shock, wondering why I can't reach the top and get some money in my pockets, having these shots up to my brain. It's not alcohol, it's actually my suicidal thoughts. Every time that I try to contemplate me sitting down trying to meditate, like should I relax or should I actually participate in what my demons are trying to give me? I guess I am just a freaking victim of what I'm witnessing, my own imagination. Constantly in this place where I feel like I'm being wasted, but I'm always sober, like come on shadows, stop going over my shoulder. Times are getting colder, and I'm just trying to flow off the song. And they say that my style is getting dope, but every time I drop a harder track, my heart gets colder. Trying to keep going on and keep growing. Trying to not be a peasant, but I'm the rat to the king cobra. Times will just shake me, but time is not over, and it never will be over, even if the sun blows up. I'm just talking.
Just let the beat play, and I was freestyling. That's all that was happening. I think a short speech and writer's block should have been switched in retrospect. So writer's block is more like right after you're getting humbled, and it's more depressing and more low, and trying to get out and try to figure out life and try to figure things out and figure out where you stand, especially as a senior in high school. That's a really important message. Like, where do I stand? Who am I? Where do I even go? And then a short speech right after that. I mean, I guess it works the other way around, but a short speech, I think, is probably, you probably want to hear more beautiful melody after a political commentary. So maybe it's good the way it is, but yeah, all freestyle, off top of the dome, stream of consciousness. A lot of that stuff of what is life, where am I, who am I, what are my goals, where am I going to go after this, was on my mind so much I was able to freestyle a song like that. And it's called writer's block because life is like writer's block, and then there's that writer's block, that state of confusion of where to go. That's how life is. We're just figuring it out, right? So self-explanatory. Yeah.
So I like to say thank you for everybody who listened, for everybody that gave support in some sort of way.
I love the strings here.
It's been an honor serving the American people, even though this was a fantasy, a dream from stress and imaginings, just trying to make a legacy.
Love the humor.
But first, I'd like to say shout out to the diverse community. They inspire me to be creative and make music.
It's a pretty jovial instrumental. One that I don't really do that anymore, but
their motivation lifts me up to spit until I fall asleep. Then I wake up to freestyling and making.
Hey, shout out to Amino. Shout out to TK Shady. He has a video coming out tonight. Shout out to Shady, JT, Infamous, all the people I met on Amino. Good people. Good people, man.
Writing musical poetry, so thanks Infamous for featuring on both EPs. J Mac for the comedy, Rebel for the history of hip hop. He taught me a lot of things. $sign for the inspiration for making scheming and a short speech instrumentals. Cameron for the cover, he gave these songs a simple.
Shout out Cameron. Shout out Cameron. I forgot he made the cover. Cameron, I haven't talked to him in a while. If Cameron, if you're watching, shout out to you. He made the cover. I'm glad I put it here because I thought someone else made the cover. So shout out to Cameron.
Shout for the support. Feel like y'all are brothers, even though I never seen y'all before. Y'all help this administration moving forward. And of course, y'all deserve a shout out. So thanks for supporting me with no doubt. And for the last CP, shout out to Zesty, best friend from Chicago. A poor man's blues singing and Little Hen. Met him at that open mic scene when I used to MC there every weekend. And Tyler too, he made that album cover exactly how I wanted him to. But better, I didn't do this all alone. I have a vision and I look for those willing enough to see it all come together. That's why I'm working on an EP with JT. Might drop this summer.
That did not drop, but he uploaded the intro, Lyrical Bandits, that would have been on that EP. He uploaded Lyrical Bandits to SoundCloud. So after you check out God Is Not Listening on JT's Spotify or wherever you listen to music, check that out, Lyrical Bandits.
Get ready, y'all, get ready for us to take over.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to break the gimmick just to thank my brothers. Okay, now back to the show. Let's finish this EP with another speech. The audience has to hear me talk before I go. Leave the Oval Office up in smoke.
Leave the Oval Office up in smoke. I love that. That's one of the final imageries, final things you imagine is like all this fake, all this suck. Leave the Oval Office, and then January 6th happens or whatever. So the character I base this off, that's exactly what he's doing now.
So
Leave the and he's destroying the left
like
wing
I said
or whatever.
before, I
or the West wing.
really appreciate everyone
And the
coming
left
out
wing,
here
really.
to celebrate my farewell address. You know, it's been a great
Really
time
presidential.
serving y'all. It's been fun. There has been some ups. There has been some downs. But overall, I think I've done a great job serving the American people.
You have.
Even though it was all a dream and none of it was real.
Don't worry about it.
Even though
You have.
it was all my
You serve the
imagination
American people, President
going
Mackens.
off because of
You serve the American
stress
people.
and imaginings. I still had a very fun time expressing to y'all some of the problems that I go through, some of the problems that we all go through, in a very expressionist story, you know. So
You doing a great
even
job.
though it might be confusing.
4
for
more
some of
years.
y'all,
4
that's
more
okay.
years.
But I'll let the beat play out. Y'all can think about it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Salute. 4 more years. Now, I remember this last song, The American Mind. I'm not rapping in it, but it shows both sides of the left and right at the time in 2017. So I'm going to let a little bit of this play. I'm going to let a little of this play so you guys can see politically how we evolved or devolved, in my opinion, devolved. So I want you guys to hear a little bit of it, but if you want to hear the full thing, check out President Mackens on all platforms, including SoundCloud. All right, including SoundCloud. So it was a SoundCloud exclusive for a while, still up there. So check out President Mackens. Promise me that, y'all. But I'm gonna play that a little bit, play this a little bit, because it's not really analysis, but it really shows a lot of these concepts do apply to the American people back then and now. So here's the American Mind 2017. This is basically historical art right here.
Protests occurring in a number of major American cities across the country. Looking at Chicago right there, demonstrations against the election of Donald Trump as president. I want to check back in with our Jason Carroll, who is with protesters outside Trump Tower. Jason, have the crowds gotten any smaller? I mean, it's been going on. We've been covering this for now the past hour and a half.
Yeah.
They've been outside Trump Tower.
Well, it's a dedicated group of demonstrators who are out here, Anderson. The crowd has not really gotten that much smaller. You can see, look right where Trump Tower is on Fifth Avenue. That section between 56 and 57 still blocked by thousands of protesters who jammed to the street here. You can see that one man up there on a street light. Basically, what we're being told by police is that they've got most of these protesters sectioned off in a pen. They're just going to allow them to basically do their thing for at least for a while. We've not been given any indication as to how long some of them will be out here. I wonder.
Trump rally, you're going to get beaten up by a bunch of racist Trump voters. Trump's inciting violence. Now what are we seeing happening? And then at the end, what did they say? Trump's a sore loser. He's not going to lose gracefully. Trump supporters. And that's right, Barack and Michelle Obama. This is Owen Schroyer for Infowars.com.
It's a movement comprised of Americans from all races, religions, backgrounds, and more.
So there you guys have it. President Mackens. Overall, I'm gonna start with the critiques. The intro, awful. Garbage, basura. Outside of the intro, did not even add to the character. Terrible lines, terrible enunciation. Delivery was too off. I couldn't even enjoy the track. The beat was okay, but could have been scrapped. The rest of it, a thinking man's album. Overall, could have done better with mastering. The vocals could have had more presence. You have to really work a little bit to understand the vocals. Was it necessary to have to work that much? No, because your brain's already working on 2x breaking down these lyrics. So extra work on trying to know where the vocals are at was not necessary. Brilliant album overall, especially the writing and the production does a great service to my overall excellent writing. And as far as delivery stuff, could have technically been better, but the rawness was so captured with the production that you pretty much could just listen to it smoothly and not have a problem. All right, y'all. Dow, listen to God Is Not Listening by JT Flame, new album, and listen to Chaos, the one before that, and check out TK Shady's new video coming out where he's actually gonna react to that. I believe midnight tonight, or if this video comes out tomorrow, then it's gonna be on his channel either way. This album was brilliant. I can't even really talk about it because my head is spinning just explaining these concepts, y'all. But Dow.